Press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
I will just start with the next type of tissue, which is the connective tissue. Okay. So under the animal tissue, now we have the animal tissues. We have how many tissues under animal tissues?
Four
We have the 4 types, right?
Yes, sir.
First one was the
Epithelial.
epithelial. Second one was muscular. Then third is the connective tissue. Then fourth is nervous tissue, right? Now these two I have already completed. So I will just move on to connective tissue. Then nervous tissue in my next class I will talk about that. Because inside connective tissue we have so many other tissues now, like 7 types are there inside it. So we will deal with all those 7 types one by one. Okay. So the third type of tissue is the connective tissue. Done everyone, right? All of you have written, just opened your copy. Okay. So first of all, the tissue which we have is the connective tissue, right? Now if you look at the name itself, it is connective tissue. That means a tissue which is helpful in connections, some type of connections, right? So this tissue is responsible for connecting various parts of our body. It may be bones, it may be muscles, it may be skin, okay. So many types are there inside it. So this tissue is mainly responsible for connecting the different parts of our body, okay. That is why the name connective tissue had been given to it. Clear all of you? Now inside it we have how many types? We have 7 types, right? First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. We have 7 types inside it, right? So first one is the blood. According to your book, it is blood. The first type of tissue is blood. Second one is bone. Then third one, cartilage or ligament. It's ligament. In your book also it is given ligament. So if you go according to your book, third type is ligament. Then fourth one is the what? Tendon. Fifth one, cartilage. Then areolar.
Sir, in the blood we can also classify the lymph is also there.
Okay, so these are the 7 basic connective tissues, the types of connective tissues which we have to read particularly in this class 9. Okay. Now going to the further detail of these tissues, I want you to remember at least 2 things inside all these tissues. So now what are the 2 things?
Connection.
First is the connection, second is the function, and sometimes third is the location.
Sometimes the packing also.
Packing.
Type of
Packing like
internal
loosely packed and that one. Packing also, that is inside the property only.
Yes, correct.
Okay. But mainly we have to deal with 2 things, in some tissues 3 things. So you understood now? First one is the what? Connection. Which 2 parts are they connecting? Are these type of tissues are connecting? Because these are connective tissue now. So they have the function of connection. So what are these things connecting? That thing you should know. Secondly, what are their functions? How they are useful to us? That thing. And in some case location also. Okay. Like for blood, we cannot say in a location because blood is there in our entire body. We cannot say about a particular location. But in some cases, like cartilage,
Nose,
it is present in the soft, delicate parts of our body, like the ear, the nose, like that. So in some tissues, we have to read about the location also. So is it clear to all of you? Is it clear, everyone? Okay. So let us move on to the first type, which is the blood. So blood is a type of connective tissue which all of you know very well is present inside our body, and it is generally fluid in nature. Now what is fluid? We know that solid is there, liquid is there, gas is there. What is fluid?
It's anything which flows.
Anything which flows is liquid also.
No sir, it's fluid type. Sir, it's
Liquid has the property of flowing.
sir, that gas also flows.
Gases also flow.
Yes.
See, in fluids generally we have the combination of liquid and gas together. Fluids are the combined form of gases and liquid. Whenever a gas and liquid gets combined together, that is fluid. Clear?
Yes sir.
And that is fluidity. The property is fluidity. Okay. Now blood is a fluid connective tissue, and it is generally having some components inside it. Okay. Blood has a major component called the blood plasma. Okay. It has a component called plasma inside it, and this plasma is fluid in nature. You understood now what is fluid? Fluid in nature means like jelly like substance. You know na jelly like substance. So blood has a jelly like substance called the plasma inside it, and inside this plasma we have certain components like the RBCs, WBCs, platelets. So for class 9 this much is okay. For class 11 I told you na 11 factors and so many others are there. So don't get confused. So I will not tell you also now, because you will just say that sir, why are you telling these things? Not required na. So you will get to know about the other things in later classes. So for class 9 you only need the 3 things, which are RBC, WBC and platelets. Now the full form of RBC is red blood corpuscles. Corpuscles is not there. Corpuscles. Okay. Red blood corpuscles. WBC is white blood corpuscles, and platelets only. No other name. Okay. No full form. Okay. So RBC, WBC and platelet, we have to know each one's function separately. For blood also we need to have the functions. I will tell about the function later on. First of all, let me talk about the function of these 3 parts. Okay?
So in blood also we can write the 3 functions of this and we can describe it.
Yes, you can definitely, because these things are inside the blood. These functions are the functions of blood itself. That is why you can write. Yes, you can write, no problem. So see, RBC, red blood corpuscles. In the word itself you are getting the word red. That means these are the red colored pigments of our blood. Yes, their color is red. And generally whenever we get a cut, we get a wound in our hand or any part of our body, our blood flows in the form of red color only, na? All of you know very well. So that red colored pigment is due to the presence of RBC, in which there is one compound called the
Hemoglobin consists of iron.
Yes, hemoglobin. Now this hemoglobin word is again formed of 2 words, addition of 2 words. One is the hem, other is globulin or globin, you can say. So this hem refers to the Fe. You know what is Fe? Iron. Hem is the word which is referring to the iron, element iron. Okay. And globin or globulin is the molecules or aggregate, or what we say group of something. Group of what? Iron. Clear? Group of iron, hemoglobin. Clear? 1 iron, 2 iron, 3, 4, 5. a group, that aggregate is known as the globulin or molecule or the combined. Aggregate means combination, you can say, assembly of so many molecules of heme, which is iron. Clear all of you? And because of the presence of hemoglobin, our blood is red in color.
So if it
Sir,
was,
this you can write in the function of RBC.
In the,
this is not a function.
no, this is not a function. This is character of RBC. Why are RBC red in color? Because of presence of hemoglobin in them. What is hemoglobin? Iron molecules, aggregate of iron compounds.
Animals such as the crabs and snails, I think.
They have hemolymph.
Copper. No, sir.
That
Copper.
thing.
Copper, yes, sir. The
Yes.
blue color is blue.
Yes.
So what do you call them then? Hemoglobin is
Hemolymph.
Huh?
Hemolymph.
Hemolymph.
That thing also I am telling you. In some organisms, we don't have the red colored blood, as he said, na? In those animals, we have a transparent type of blood. The fluid is somewhat transparent. Okay, it has no color at all. And due to the absence of that color, it is known as the hemolymph. Although it is not given in your book, still I am telling you. Hemolymph. Okay, in those animals, it is hemolymph. Okay. So I was talking about the hemolymph, right? So here also same thing, heme refers to the iron molecule, lymph is the fluid part, okay, lymph is fluid part of the blood, but it doesn't have any color, it is transparent, clear, okay, colorless, and it is just like the jelly like substance, lymph, okay. Now coming to the WBC part, these are white blood corpuscles. So white blood corpuscles means these are white in color, definitely. The function they have is the defense mechanism. Okay, so they are helpful in defending our body. Defense mechanism. So they are defending our body against what?
Invading bacteria is pathogen.
Yes, one common word is there, pathogen. Okay. So what is pathogen?
Invading bacteria which causes damage in our body or causes some illness.
Yes. Any foreign organism which causes any kind of damage to our body is a pathogen. It may be virus, it may be bacteria, it may be protozoa, anything, any microorganism that is foreign to our body system. That means the system of that particular organism should be different in comparison to our body's mechanism. So this is what we call pathogen. Clear all of you? Pathogens are those organisms which cause any kind of damage to our body. They are the foreign bodies which are causing harm to our body. Example, virus, bacteria, then protozoa, etc. Okay. Pathogen, pathogen, P-A-T-H-O-G-E-N-S, pathogens. Okay. Then the third one is the platelets. So inside this platelet, what I was telling you now, 13 factors are involved. All those factors are inside the platelet. Okay. Blood has these components. Inside the platelet, again we have 13 components. Out of that, I was telling you know the 9th or the 11th factor, I don't exactly remember, is the Christmas factor. Okay. So all those factors are inside this platelet. You can search in internet also, you will get. Okay. So all these factors are together acting one by one just to do what? Stop the flow of blood. That means whenever we get a cut into our, suppose in our finger I get a cut, in my finger I get a cut, then it will stop after some time due to the release of all those 11 factors or 13 factors one by one. All those factors act upon one another, then finally it will help in the clotting of blood. So what is clotting of blood? Stoppage of flow of blood. Done? Clear all of you? So these are the functions of blood. Apart from this, the blood is also responsible for transportation of certain substances into our body. Like we inhale the oxygen, that oxygen enters into our lungs through our nose, then from the lungs we have the alveoli, from alveoli it mixes with the blood and moves to throughout our body. Then what happens? Through that oxygenated blood we get energy, right? So it is helpful in transportation of various gases like oxygen, and also release of carbon dioxide also it is helping. And along with that, food also, it is giving energy to our body. So whole energy which is excretory process also, the waste materials which is there inside our body, those get removed by the help of this blood only. All of you are clear about the functions?
Yes, sir.
Don't worry about the notes, I will just give PDF of this. Okay, just listen properly about the explanation. Will it be okay?
Yes,
I will give the PDF, you can write, or else it is there in your book itself. All of you can make notes. Okay, so this is the blood part of our connective tissue. Clear? Second one is the bone. Now bone, all of you know very well bone. Now all of us have bone inside our body. Suppose if I want to bend my hand, can I bend?
No, sir.
I cannot. But suppose if I was not having any bone inside my hand, I can easily stretch it in whatever way I want to. I can just make a fold also here, na? I can do anything with my body if I was not having any bone inside my hand or inside my whole body part, right? I would be like a stretchable elastic rubber band, like that only. Yes or no? So one thing we can look from this example is that our bones are the things which are helping us to provide a particular support, right? I am standing and I am moving my hand like this and like this because of the bones, or else it will be like this, na? It will just stretching and just falling down. I cannot keep my hand like this. Yes or no? It is only because of the bones I can maintain my posture like this, na? Whatever way I want to be. Clear, all of you? So the bones are the supportive part of our body. They provide support, a framework for the support of our body. Clear? Second thing is that they are composed of some elements like calcium and phosphorus, right? Calcium, all of you know?
Yes.
Calcium is responsible for the strength and hardening of our bones, right? So they are they are made up of calcium and phosphorus. Salt also, some salts are also there. Okay, so all these are responsible for giving the strength to our bones. Clear, all of you? Then what else is there is that okay, they are not flexible, I have already told. Okay, that protects the organ. Protects the organ.
Yes, sir. Lungs and heart.
Yes. Otherwise everything will be mixed up now. Yes, they are protecting our internal organs. Yes. So third one is the ligament. Okay. Third one is the ligament. This was not flexible. This was, I can say, inflexible. I can say, na? Inflexible in nature. Very strong, very hard in nature. But this one is complete opposite of that.
The bone cells are called osteocytes, no, sir?
Yes. About all those things also you will get in higher class. Not required now. So many things are there. Okay. Inflexible these are, but ligaments are flexible. Okay. That means they are able to be bent or somewhat like that. Very soft, delicate. Okay. So these are flexible in nature. Flexible. Then the second thing is that the connection. I told you previously, what are the parts they are connecting? We should know. So these are connecting one bone to another bone. So these bones are connected together by the help of ligament. Suppose I have bone in this part and this part. So here ligament will be there. So the bone of this part and this part will be connected by the ligament which will be present here. Clear, all of you? So two bones will be connected by the help of ligament. That means they are responsible in connecting bone to bone, one bone to another bone. Clear, all of you? So ligament is flexible part of our connective tissue. It is responsible for connecting one bone with another bone. As I told you now, I can move my hand because there is connection here. If it was not flexible, then my hand would be like this only. I cannot move it. My hand will be like this. I will try to move, but it will not move. No?
When there is a fracture in the joints of our bones, ligament broke or they just get dislocated or something like that.
Ligament fracture is actually this part, na?
Yes, it is here.
It is not fracture. It is known by some other name. It is known by some other name. Fracture is actually breaking of bone.
Okay, so then
But
here,
then it is the removal of that ligament part.
okay.
Maybe it is means not there because of that. It got detached. No? The bones got detached.
Repair actually, ma'am.
It will be repaired. Okay. So since this ligament is very flexible in nature, that is why, please don't talk, that is why we can move our bones. Yes, this is responsible for connecting one bone to another bone. It is very flexible in nature, that is why we are able to move our joints which are present between two bones,
Sir,
right?
They have a great tensile strength. You can
Yes, they have a great tensile strength. So what is tensile strength?
say. Sir, that flexibility and that strong strength of it can
Yes,
strength.
Yes.
And strong.
yes, same thing only. Okay, so all of you have understood? Then the next one is the tendons, right? Tendons. So they are responsible for connecting muscles to bone. So these are connecting one muscle to bones. See, I am telling you these things. Why? Because in previous year this question came. Means 3 question was there. Question was like this: mention the parts which these tissues are connecting. Option 1, first option was ligament. So you have to write which part they are connecting. Then this question was there in the final exam
Sir, this time also.
for the class 10 students. No, it was there, and I have checked the paper. So that is why I am telling you. Okay. Then the next thing is they are having some fibers in them. Fibers, you know.
Yes, sir.
You have read about fibers and fabrics in class 8 itself. You have got. Third chapter was there, na? Thread-like structures are fibers. So fibers are present in this tendon. So they are fibrous in structure, and they are flexible or not?
Yes, sir.
They are flexible also.
So they are
No.
not flexible. No, sir. It can flexible.
Somewhat flexible, but not that rigid also.
That's why if we can't muscle.
Moderately flexible, we can say. Not very flexible, not very inflexible.
In ligament, due to the overstretching, we can say sprain, sir.
Yes, yes,
Sprain, that will be sprain.
yes, definitely.
Yes,
So
sprain.
all those things you will get in my notes only. I will give you. Okay, no need to write. After that, the next one is cartilage. So I already told you cartilage is the what? It is the connective tissue which is present in the soft and delicate parts of our body, like our ears, our nose. No, we can bend our ears, we can bend our nose, right? You can bend, no? So in these things, in these organs, we have the particular tissue which is the cartilage. So it is present in soft, delicate parts of our
So they have spaces between the
body.
intercellular cells.
Okay, soft and delicate. Yes, spaces are there.
So bone doesn't have much space. I think.
Yes, because of the presence of intercellular spaces, that is why they are very much soft in nature. Spaces are there.
It's called collagen, which is responsible.
Yes, that is not there in your book.
Responsible for
Okay, okay. Collagen fibers are there. Okay, not required for now. Later on we will read. Okay. I also don't know about that for now. I don't know what are collagen, what are all those things. I don't know.
So you know you're seeing like.
I don't know all those things. Okay. So cartilage is the tissue which is present in the soft and delicate parts of our body, like the here you can write the parts, like the nose. It is present in nose, then ears, then trachea, larynx, In your book, this much is given. If any other soft part you know, you can write on your own.
Epiglottis is not the
Epiglottis is the inside
yes,
part. This is the skin.
Smooth cells.
Smooth cell.
Yes, sir. Smooth muscles. Smooth muscles.
That is muscle. This is
Yes,
connective
sir, yes,
tissue,
sir.
no?
I'm just confused.
Why are you
No, sir,
confusing
I'm
us?
Confused. That's why I'm asking.
I am getting confused
Yes.
because of you. Okay. So don't make me confused. Okay. Otherwise others will be also confused, no? Okay. So this one is cartilage. Clear all of you? And why are they very soft? Because of, see, if question comes in your exam like this, that cartilage are the connective tissue which are present in the organs like nose, ears, which are bendable. Why is it so? What is the reason for bending of nose and ears?
Because of intercellular spaces between them and have.
So your answer will be, our nose or ear or any other soft part of our body contains the cartilage in them which have loosely packed cells or widely spaced cells in them, and due to that it is very soft in nature, and hence it provides the bending ability or the flexibility to these organs. Clear all of you? If some question comes like this, you can answer like this. Okay. Then the next one is areolar connective tissue. So areolar connective tissue, where it is found between the external skin and the
Spaces between organs.
organs and the skin, not organs.
I'm saying spaces between organs, sir. There are some gaps, na, sir. They are filled by our areolas.
Adipose.
No, sir.
Between
areolar.
between organ and skin, it is
No, sir.
adipose.
So I am saying that areolar sometimes they serve like fills the space. Yes, sir.
It is, yes, it fills the space between organ. Yes, fills the space. No, but I am talking about the location. I thought you are saying about the location.
I'm not saying location. I'm saying
So its location is between the skin and all these things are there in your book also, na? Skin and muscles. So these are present between the skin and the muscles. And the next thing is that around some blood vessels also, then nerves also, bone marrow. So next one is the areolar, which is present between skin and muscles, and in some other blood vessels also, nerves also, fills the space inside the organs. So this thing I have already taught you. Then the last one is the adipose tissue. So adipose tissue is the main tissue responsible for storage of fat. Oils and fat molecules are there, na? So they are helping in storage of
fats in their body.
fats. So they are responsible for storing the fats, adipose tissue. And moreover, what they have is, they are found between the skin and the internal organ. So we have different organs in our body. So between the external skin and one organ, we have these type of tissues. So these are present between the skin. So don't get confused between these two things, skin and muscle, skin and organ. So this is skin and organs, right? So location is between the internal organs and the outside skin. These are present. Then function is storage of fat molecules. And because of this storage of fats, our body acts like a insulator. So what is insulator?
So which warmth and during means adjusting to the temperature.
Yes. Suppose our external temperature is very cold, then our body will adjust according to the external temperature, and thus it will give us warmth and we will survive. So
Yes, sir.
yes, shock absorbing property.
And what about areola? Does they also work like shock?
Areolar,
They doesn't consist.
No.
So they will not.
they don't.
Compressed. They will get compressed.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
All of you are clear up to the connective tissue part?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so notes I will just make a PDF of it. I will send in the group. Explanation, I think all of you are clear now.
We'll be right back. We'll be right back.